You have to have a great portfolio. You have to have a portfolio.
Yeah.
No, you say yes, of course. Lots of people don't have portfolios.
Okay.
Right? You're just starting. What is it? Like,
Great.
put as much as stuff in there as you can. You have to have credibility.
Okay.
So does your website represent itself well?
Yeah. And your brand that we talked about in the last
your
video.
brand, your website.
Yeah.
Is there anything that would lead someone to believe that you don't exist?
Yeah.
And this is like really tactical stuff down to the point of, do you have an About Us page? Does the About Us page have your photo or show your team? Is your address there?
Yeah.
If people don't know that, there's a company like address, even if it's your apartment.
Yeah.
There's no photos of these people.
Yeah.
They don't think you're real.
Yeah.
Right? They won't call you.
Yeah.
So, are you credible? Do you have a portfolio? Do you represent yourself well?
Welcome back, Believe Nation. This is a 10-part series on how to build a $1 million business in the marketing agency business.
Your dog is yawning.
Yawning?
She's bored.
She doesn't want to build a marketing agency, but for people who want to build a market, this is the Mark Drager built Fanta. I keep wanting to say Fanta Media. Built Fanta to $1 million plus in revenue with 12 people full time, a whole bunch of freelancers around him, and I want to suck out of his brain how he did it to help you guys do it too. If you want to build a marketing agency, this is a series to pay attention to. We're on episode 7.
You should have said that 7 episodes
ago. Go
ago.
watch all the other ones. Today we're talking about marketing tactics. What do we need to know about marketing tactics? Mark Drager.
Are you going to ask a question?
That's my question.
That's not a question.
Okay, great.
We talked for 15 minutes about what we're going to talk about, and you lead with, we're going to talk about this. Go.
Marketing tactics.
That's not a question.
Listen, we ended our last video on this huge cliffhanger, insane cliffhanger, talking about should somebody focus on the branding and the thought leadership, and like I'm going to be an expert and I'm going to bring people to me. I'm going to be a magnet, or am I going to focus on going out and being a networker and using my connections and going one-to-one to meeting people?
Right.
And so both can work, right? But like, how do I make the decision as to? There's tons of marketing tactics.
Of course.
There's books everywhere, right?
Anything can work.
So and it all can work, and that's overwhelming. So as an entrepreneur, how do I then find a tactic that will work for me so I can build a $1 million business?
Of course.
Mark Drager.
Okay. So what you want to start with
Yeah.
is understanding the 2 or 3 ways people will be introduced to you.
Okay.
Okay? So you need to try and get yourself in front of people who don't know you, and okay, so let's start with the hardest thing. People who don't know you and don't even know that they need you.
Okay, do I even want those people?
That's really hard, right?
Do I want to convince?
That's advertising.
Well, we talked back before about
I don't know how to close those
being
people.
Being early
personally.
to a market versus so.
I'm saying it's the hardest.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe I should rephrase. I said you want to.
Okay.
That's what exists.
Okay.
People who don't know you and don't even know they need you is hard. People who don't know you but are looking for your services is pretty easy.
Okay.
People who do know you and are looking for your services, like,
is the best.
Heck,
right.
That's amazing.
Right.
Right. So when you start to thinking about it this way, you can start to think about the tactics that feel right to you.
Okay.
If you are an introvert,
yeah,
who does not like to talk to people,
yeah,
who will never stand up on stage,
yeah,
never be a public speaker, not very fond of social media, there's still a place for you in this world. Like, you know, you can still grow a great agency, but being the thought leader who is standing up on stage and speaking panels is not going to help. Is not going to help you. You're not going to be good at it. You're going to hate it.
Okay.
Right. So once we understand these 3 levels, right, the people who don't know you, don't know they need you, you can reach them through like an awareness campaign, through an interruptive Facebook campaign. You can go and speak at an industry. If you're good at this, you can go speak at an industry, a conference for doctors where you can teach them about new business. And I never even thought of that.
Right.
The next level down, the people who don't know you but are searching for your businesses. Right. This is where the tactics of getting in front of these people. Where are they? Are they going to Google? Do you want to do AdWords or pay-per-click and drive them to a landing page and introduce you? It's a pretty good way to generate leads and kind of get into that. Do you want to do a Facebook campaign where you're actually advertising? It's a pretty good way to get in front of those people. Or are there more roundabout ways? You know, are they people who are interested in marketing and learning about marketing but don't know that they need a marketer yet? And so is being a YouTuber something that's going to connect you? Is doing social media posts something that's going to connect you? Is starting or being connected to the American Marketing Association and being involved with that chapter something that's going to get you there? Is it sponsoring events or awards?
Right. So there's a million ways, but like, how do I know what's right for me?
It's based on you and your skill set and what you're good at.
Does my personality type, I know you're huge into Myers-Briggs and you have everybody on your team do Myers-Briggs. And you're a what?
I'm an INTP.
What am I?
You emailed it to me.
I was an E.
No, you're not an E.
I was an E.
You're an E?
No, I was an E. I was what you thought I was, but I was an E, not an I. INTJ?
Really?
Does that make sense?
Oh, an ENTJ?
Yeah.
Maybe.
E is emotional. I'm more emotional than...
No, it's extroverted. That's what the E and I
extroverted?
stands
No,
for.
that's not true. I'm I.
Yeah.
There was one, though, that you weren't sure on about the emotional caring versus... Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll flash on the screen. Here it is. This is what I am. Good. Okay, don't worry about it. Forget it. We'll
You don't want to do this now? You want us
No, I
just
don't
live
care.
on camera?
No. I want to get to the... Like, it doesn't matter what I am.
No, but I have it right here. I have it right here. Hold on, wait for it. You ready?
INTF.
Oh, you sent me an image, and the image isn't in the email. And I wrote
okay,
back,
you know what?
wow, that's amazing. I guess
I have
IN
I have
and J,
it.
but I thought you were a T.
This is for you now, Mark.
You're an INF. You're an INFJ.
Perfect. I don't even know what that means anymore. It doesn't matter.
INFJ.
So you love personality tests, especially that one. Everybody on your team does it. It's what you recommend for entrepreneurs, like find your one word and find your Myers-Briggs.
So
does that apply to, does your personality type, like I'm trying to give value to the people watching.
yeah,
There's
so
a million
am I.
marketing, no, I know. Nothing you're not doing. How do we figure it out? Like, what am I, besides like, what are you good at? Okay, but like, is there something else? Can I do a personality test and then because I'm this, I'm more geared towards doing this kind of work? Like you said, introverts shouldn't go on stage. You know, I'm an introvert, so
I'm an
I go on
introvert as well,
stage.
and I go on stage. And
But is there anything I can learn? Maybe I'm paddling down the wrong creek. I'm just wondering if there's anything.
wow,
I'm hitting,
that's the shawarma. It's just like bringing up
throwing
all
out
these-
hot garbage. I don't know. I just want to find a way for people who are struggling to identify the thing, because they may not even know what they could be good at. Like maybe Facebook ads is the thing, but they haven't tried it yet, and so they'll say I'm not good at this. But like, what do you need to be good at Facebook ads? You need to be very analytical.
So you want to play to your strengths.
Right. So how do I find my strengths?
So
Is it personality type is
like-
going to tell me or it's not going to tell me?
yeah, personality will certainly, but where we started with the type of company that you want to build.
Back to episode 1.
Right, back to episode 1.
Yeah.
Right, like if you are a creative agency,
Yeah.
then and when we said, hey, when you're building your brand, it better be a creative brand.
Yeah.
You want to find marketing channels that allow you to express your creativity, right? So sponsoring an event
Yeah.
where you can actually put your work up on display in front of everyone and
Right.
wow people with how creative it
Right.
is a great tactic.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not if you're an analytical company.
Right.
If you're an analytical company, you could help that event invite more people. But unless you stand up and do a case study and you're like, oh, guys, let's stop the event.
Right.
We improved ticket sales by 8%. People are going to be like, who cares?
Right.
Right? So that's not going to be a great thing. But business intelligence and analytics, I spoke at a government business intelligence analytics conference.
Right.
Where one of my clients insisted that I come and help
Right,
them do
I
it.
remember that, I remember
I was so out of my depth.
Yeah.
It was police departments talking about this and this, and I came from Marcom, and I'm like, okay, well, this is government, and it's all very technical. But I was still introduced to eight or 10 people. I mean, there were 100
Yeah.
people sitting at the conference, little local thing, put on by the business bureau or whatever. But so if you are leaning more towards lead gen and analytics,
Yeah.
then you're going to want to go towards case studies. You're going to want to maybe try and do like a sponsored post. You're maybe going to want to do blogging. You're going to maybe want to just create areas and go to places where people can put that work on display. If you're more creative,
Yeah.
maybe you want to do Behance, maybe you want to do Pinterest, maybe you want to do
What's the first
Instagram.
one?
Behance.
Behance?
Behance is a community. It's a portfolio community where designers can go and put stuff.
Okay.
Lots of people go there to source
Share the work.
companies for
Yeah,
work.
yeah, okay.
Specifically. Maybe you want to go to your local art gallery and you want to actually print. You actually want to print your work and you want to put it up and you want to
Yeah.
do a pop-up. And
Let's
you want
try
to
that.
invite everyone
I want to
there.
double down on this
What?
personality test thing. We're going to double down.
Sure.
Let's see how it works.
Myers-Briggs?
Let's go letter. There's either or for each letter, right?
Yeah.
Let's go letter by letter.
Great. So you're assuming that I have it like really well memorized.
Absolutely.
Here.
You got it.
I love it.
We'll go
Okay.
letter by letter
Yeah, that I can
and
do.
give me my best marketing tactic for each letter. That's the goal that people want, Mark. So the first one is E or I. Right?
You can't do this.
Introvert, extrovert, right?
Sure.
It's the first one. So if
Yeah.
I'm an introvert, what's one thing I should be looking at as a marketing tactic? Okay, let's start. We'll go extrovert first. I think what you said on the last episode or 2 episodes ago is one of the best things to do. If you're an extrovert, talk to everybody in your
There you go.
Be involved in your community.
Okay, I can do.
Okay.
That I can do.
Okay.
If you're an extrovert
Yep.
and you love people,
Yep.
so being an extrovert
Yep.
means that not like I'm an introvert, you're an introvert.
Yeah.
We've just been talking for hours.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we can't talk. It means
Okay, but
that
I'm an
it
extrovert. What do I
drains
do?
us.
What do I do? What do I
If
do?
you're an extrovert, you love people, you
Yeah.
feed off people, spend more time with people.
What's my marketing tactic?
What's your marketing tactic? Have 5 coffees a week,
Yeah.
and after each one, sign a thank you note and mail it to them. I took that from my friend Nikki Pett.
Okay,
She
next.
does it all the time.
Great.
She
Love
is
Nikki.
the queen of literally making me feel
Okay, now I
good.
want that for every letter. What am I doing as an I?
If you're an introvert, then I would.
Well, you're an introvert, so what do you do?
I know, but it's not what do I do now. It's what did I do?
Sure.
What did I do? Pay-per-click, AdWords to a landing page.
Okay.
People phone you.
Okay.
I don't mind answering the phone. I
Got
don't
it.
mind talking to people when they're asking me questions.
They're
I
coming
love
to
it.
you.
Come to me.
Nice.
Ask me the questions. I'm not very good at going out to you.
Nice.
Right.
2 gold tactics down. What's next? What's the next letter?
What's the next letter?
Yeah.
It's N or O.
Okay.
No, it's N or S. One is
Okay.
observant and one is intuitive.
Great. What am I doing?
Dude, like this is becoming increasingly impossible now. Okay, hold on a second.
I'm observant or I'm what?
Intuitive.
Intuitive.
Yeah.
So what is an observant person? What should they be doing?
This is becoming literally the Myers-Briggs video.
Yeah. But
Hold
you,
on.
You're a big believer in Myers-Briggs.
I am, but Myers-Briggs isn't usually parsed out to each individual component because
Well, we need to add more value to Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, but it's a collection of 4.
I
So
know.
if you're an I and an S, it's different than if you're an I
But
and
here's
an
the thing: you're giving them 4 different strategies, and there's going to be some lineup.
I know, but there are like 64 different combinations.
I got
right?
it.
So
But like in these 8 strategies, they're gonna find something that they can use.
okay, so hold on.
So as we're talking through these 8 gold strategies that are coming out of Mark Drager's mouth,
yeah, thanks.
just think all of them can work. What do you? Because at the top of this whole thing, Mark said you got to do the thing that feels right. You got to do the thing that's for you.
Mm-hmm.
But finding that is difficult. So by going through the personality test, we're going to get 8 different strategies. See which one feels the most right to you, and double down on that strategy instead of trying to do all 8. I don't want you to do all 8. Pick the one out of the 8 that feels the most. Right? We're building up a lot of anticipation for these 8, so that we get gold.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
Observant, or I bought you a lot of time on that one.
Yeah.
Observant versus intuitive, right?
Yeah.
So someone's observant. What should they do for marketing to build their brand?
So I use 16personalities.com,
Yeah,
which is a free service.
Yeah.
And so
that's what I did.
yeah, and that's where I recommended you. So based on some of their stuff, what they're saying is that energy is the next level. So intuitive versus observant.
Okay.
So that's the second scale.
Okay.
And what that allows for, you're asking me to like break this down. Well, the other 4 scales determine how you interact with the world. Make
Okay.
decisions, schedule your activities, or
Okay.
react to external feedback.
Yeah.
The energy scale actually determines how you see the world and
Okay.
what kind of information you focus on.
Okay.
Okay.
But let's pause. Like,
Sure.
this is important because no, don't pause the camera. Okay. Pause because a lot of people will go and look at a Myers-Briggs
Yeah.
or read it or do it, and then they have no idea what to do. Like, what do I do with that information?
I guess so. I mean, if you do the test properly, it gives you your strengths, weaknesses, your relationships.
Yeah, okay,
your
great. How do I
operating-
market my business?
Right.
I'm trying to build $1 million agency. I just spent 20 minutes answering these questions and get this 1,000-page report. What am I supposed to do to market my company?
Play to your strengths.
But so tell me. This is what it is.
Myers-Briggs is. This
But-
video's gonna.
But people do these personality tests,
Yeah.
and then they don't know what to do from them. The tactics, like break it down. My next step. What am I supposed to do? So if I'm observant, is how I see the world. What do I do with that?
I
does that help
don't
me?
think we can pursue this the whole way because when I mean play to your strengths,
Yeah.
what I mean is.
Well, let's
that-
brainstorm. If it's not perfect,
Sure.
You know
I just have
1,000
to- I
marketing
just have to
tactics.
know. I just have to know much better, like how these things actually boil down to the really individual.
So let's do it. This is
indicator.
on the
Okay,
spot.
Okay.
observant is how you see the world.
Yeah, it's how you absorb information. Hold on.
How you absorb information. So part of marketing is being able to absorb information, right? Before you act on it. He's reading.
Yeah, and I just.
We should like speed this part up.
This is going to take a while to go through. Yeah.
Okay, but think a lot. Even if it's not perfect, we need 8 strategies.
I know everyone what you're looking for. This is super abstract. Okay.
Listen, if it's abstract, it's not helpful. Like Myers-Briggs needs to lose the second letter. If it's not helping me.
It's not helpful because the way you're trying to take the tool isn't helpful. What I mean by what you're trying to do is you're trying to parse out each individual letter and then have a trait related to it.
Exactly.
Right?
I need actionable information. If you're going to give me information, make it actionable.
I wasn't the one who suggested we dig into Myers-Briggs.
No, I
you were the one who took it there.
Like, now I'm pissed at Myers-Briggs. Like, make it actionable. You want to help people.
Here's where it's actionable. So, for example, if you are an INFJ.
I don't want to go through 34 different
I'm not asking
examples.
you to. What I'm saying is, when I mean play to your strengths, is you have certain things that you're better and weaker at. Right?
Yes, but I want to know what my marketing tactic should be. I want to make this tactical. I want to make this helpful for people.
These are people who are looking to start a marketing agency and a marketing company.
But there's a lot of ways to market and grow it. So how do I figure out? There's a lot of marketing strategies. Everybody says, look at what you're good at. I don't even know what I'm good at yet. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. How do I figure out, based on any kind of knowledge that I have, what marketing tactic I should? Are you just saying try everything once?
No.
And just see what sticks?
So here's how I break it down then.
This is it. The new Myers-Briggs, better than Myers-Briggs.
Has nothing to do with Myers-Briggs.
Because it's better. And here's...
Has nothing to do with Myers-Briggs.
Okay, good. How do you break it down?
At the end of the day, we've talked about this. We've talked about this before.
Okay.
In previous videos. The relationship is everything. Mm-hmm. Right? So the marketing tactic is hopefully to increase your awareness. Hopefully more people know about you, more people see you, more people want to talk to you, more people see your work, they want to call you, they want to work with you, they bring you the project, they say, hey, I want to work with you and here's the budget and please, they beg you, please work with me.
Yeah.
Right? That's the dream and that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
In a marketing agency, whomever owns the relationship, the relationship wins.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So when I say that you have to play to your strengths,
it's
all about what are the things that you are good at to be able to put yourself in front of people so that way they can get to know you and what you're doing. If you're an introvert, if you're not going to go out to the world, if you're not great at these things, then you need to get in front of people when they're looking for your type of service.
Okay.
And you need to build a really great portfolio or have really great credibility or have a really great landing page.
Okay.
Have something to convince them to pick up the phone and call you or send you an email. Right? If you're an extrovert, if you're good at meeting people, if you just love the hustle and love that work, then you go out to the world. And is a tactic picking up the phone? Maybe. Is it sponsoring an event? Maybe. Is it being a speaker? Is it being a thought leader? Is it going on social media? Is it doing all those things?
Great.
Maybe. But the first thing to think about is it's all about building the connection and the relationship.
Right.
And so are people coming to you or are you going to them?
Right.
Next level down from that.
Right. Exciting. Yeah.
Okay. So people are coming to you. Your marketing tactic can't end at the phone call. Right? This is where brand and personality and sales.
I know. Okay. I want to back up. I want people coming to me. I want more specific on people coming to me. So we did introvert, extrovert. Awesome. What else? Like if I'm analytical versus non-analytical, is there something I can do that's different? Like if you're not analytical and you're doing pay-per-click campaigns, you're dead. Right? If you hate analytics and numbers,
I would just hire someone who's good at it to do that for you.
Sure, but as a starting point,
which is what we did.
As a starting point, your first move should not be hire somebody to do PPC, or should it? Your very first move should be hire somebody to do PPC for you.
Well, that's why I was going to get into like PPC as like a next video, but if we're on marketing tactics, that's fine. But
play to your strengths would then be like I got to hire somebody.
You have to have a great portfolio. You have to have a portfolio. No, you say yes, of course. Lots of people don't have portfolios.
Okay.
Right? You're just starting. What is it? Like
Great.
Put as much as stuff in there as you can. You have to have credibility.
Okay.
So does your website represent itself well?
And your brand that we talked about in the last
video. Your brand, your website. Is there anything that will lead someone to believe that you don't exist? And this is like really tactical stuff down to the point of, Do you have an About Us page? Does the About Us page have your photo or show your team? Is your address there?
Yeah.
If people don't know that, oh, there's a company like address, even if it's your apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no photos of these people.
Yeah.
They don't think you're real.
Yeah.
Right? They won't call you.
Yeah.
So, are you credible? Do you have a portfolio? Do you represent yourself well? Right?
So that's for everybody.
It's for every business that's ever been invented, but marketers especially do it badly.
Right.
Because they're so worried about the front.
But it's not picking. Now it's not picking a marketing. These are what like everybody has to do.
Yes.
Where everybody doesn't have to be a thought leader. So everybody has to have a portfolio.
They have to have a portfolio.
Have an about page with pictures.
They have to represent themselves as real. Whatever
Right.
that looks like.
But
Maybe it's a video of you. Maybe it's walking around your office. Maybe it's linking to your Instagram account.
Something that shows
Something that shows that you're real people
the
doing
mission
real
behind
things.
what you're doing,
Yeah.
like your story
Address.
and
Address.
address.
We're a real place.
Right.
If it's your apartment, say you can come by my apartment studio.
Okay.
Right. I
So
work
those three
from
things.
my shed in my backyard. Like those are core.
Yeah.
To what
do
everyone's
you need to
doing.
have all your social handles set up?
No.
So you don't have an Instagram? It's okay.
If you're good at it, do it. If
No,
you're
but
bad
as
at
an
it, don't
agency,
do it.
like, do I need to have it set up?
No.
No. Okay. So I need those three things.
So to be an agency and to succeed, you need that website, you need
Yeah.
the credibility, you
Yeah.
need your portfolio. Right? Do you need YouTube or not?
Website is the about page.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do you need YouTube or not?
Yeah.
Only if you're going to be good at it and do
Right.
it and like it.
Okay. So then
Do you need Instagram or not?
Yes.
Only if you're going to be good at it and do it on Facebook.
Right.
If you're going to be.
So we've got. I like this. So we've got the three tactics that everybody has to have. You have to. If you don't have a portfolio, don't worry about going to YouTube yet. Build
No.
your portfolio.
Yes.
Don't worry about your Instagram account. Build your portfolio.
Yes.
Build your about page.
Yes.
Right.
Your story.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. So
Right?
that's like for everybody.
So those are for people who are coming to you.
Right. So there's three things that you need to. Everybody absolutely has to do. Then there's a million other things that you could do.
Right.
So how do we pick which one?
So when you start to layer on top of, so that's your home base, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the thing of people who are coming to you.
Yeah.
Right. As you're going out to the world, they're checking to make sure you're real and all of those other things.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next tactic above that
Yeah.
is either
Yeah.
you are going to go to everyone you know. and
Right.
Tell them what you are doing.
Right.
Set up your coffees.
Right.
Set up your lunches.
Yeah.
Share what you're doing.
Yeah.
And like literally blast every connection you have.
Introvert, extrovert.
And I say you should do this or that, but I think
Yeah.
you should actually do both. So you should do that.
Okay.
And on top of that, you should decide how you are going to get people who don't know you to find you. So that can
Okay.
be AdWords, right? That can be YouTube.
Yeah.
That can be like being a thought leader on Instagram.
Yeah.
It can be social media.
Yeah.
It can be going to your local chamber of commerce.
Uh-huh.
Like you need one activity of each, right? You need to go out to all your relationships,
Right.
and you need to meet with these people, and you should do those things, whether you're an introvert or extrovert, because even if you're an introvert, it's a one-on-one conversation. You should still push yourself to do that.
Right.
And you need to find one tactic that's going to introduce you to people who don't know you. Google AdWords, Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Okay.
it might
Let me
be.
ask you this. So if you're say introverted, we're gonna do some of the extroverted stuff, but do I want to lean heavily on the
I
introvert
wouldn't say
stuff?
one-on-one conversations and coffees with people is an extroverted thing. To me, an extroverted thing is like, I'm going to go speak on this panel. I'm going to go.
Sure, it's more the how do I get that person? Because going up to somebody at your church who you don't know and say, hey, I heard you are, that's more extroverted thing.
Sorry, when you're just starting,
Yeah.
I mean, I am literally going to go through onto my personal Facebook and say, hey guys, I'm starting this company. I would love to meet people that are like this.
Right.
Or you're going through your LinkedIn profile because you just quit your job, and you're literally scrolling through and you're writing down a list of every person that you may want to ask for coffee, for one-on-ones.
Whether you're introvert or extrovert, everybody has to do it.
I think you should.
Okay.
I think
So
you
it's
should.
part of our foundation.
I do it once a year.
So it's part of our three things. Now it's the fourth thing.
This is the next layer up. All right, you've taken care of your home base. You're representing yourself with your About Us.
But you're saying there's no option. Everybody has to do it.
Sure.
No, but I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
I think you should.
whether you're introvert, extrovert,
It's all about the relationship.
I
right?
get it. But how do you
So
generate?
how do you form and how do you nurture and how do you build those relationships if you're not spending time with people?
It's not about spending time with. At least what I'm thinking. It's not about spending time with people. It's how do you get that initial conversation to happen? Is it, to your point before, I want to have a system that makes my phone ring because I'm happy to talk to people and then go meet with them, or I'm going to be out networking and shaking hands and meeting new people and going to industry events.
Right, I'm not saying that's the introvert versus extrovert.
Right.
What I'm saying was everyone should do though
Yeah.
is tap into the people that they know in their lives.
Right. So
Right?
that's the core. That's home base.
So it's literally,
That's home base.
we talked about the woman of the church.
Yeah.
I should go out for coffee with my pastor.
Right.
at the church who knows everybody and say, I'm trying to do this. Is there anyone you think I should be connected with?
Right, regardless.
I'm going to my cousin because my cousin is in this company and saying, hey, can you connect me with anyone
Right,
else?
so everybody has to do this.
Yes.
Great.
And you should do it at least once a year.
Awesome. Keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
as your group grows and it's only 1,200 people that you're talking to and whatnot, that's where
home base gets you split up.
Yeah.
This is your first tactic, and everybody must do this tactic. Everybody needs to have their website, their about page, their portfolio. If you want to be a successful agency, you need to have those things. Your website, your about page, your portfolio.
And you have to be honest about your address, how to contact
your
you.
address, your story.
Right? Like phone number.
Great.
Like hello at whatever.com.
Great. That's foundation, home base.
Yep.
Next, your first step. Everybody's first step after that from a marketing tactic should be to reach out to everybody you know and say you started this business and you're looking at targeting, go back to our video around customers, who to find. I'm targeting people in the automotive industry. Do you know anybody? I'm starting this company. Can you make introductions? Everybody has to do that. So like it's our next path. Great.
But when you're doing that, don't just send out like an e-blast. Don't just go to Facebook and make it easy.
Okay, awesome.
Like
we'll talk about that in the next video about mistakes.
Put in the time.
I love it. I'm looking at the next tactics though, because at some point it bridges out to a million different versions.
Yeah.
And you can't do everything. So I have to do these 3 things, and I have to do this one thing. Then it starts to bridge. How do I pick? So if I'm extroverted, I'm going to go out to conferences. I'm going to be meeting people. I'm going to go to as many events as I can in my industry. If I'm introverted, I'm going to be doing PPC. I'm going to be doing Instagram posts. I'm going to be doing analytical stuff behind the scenes. Does it break out more than that? So I think
on the extroverted side, do you want to host a podcast or a radio show? Is your dream to be on television? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to become the industry leader?
Right, but can we help them make that decision? Because if you say, are you more introverted or extroverted, people can, usually some people fall in between, but most people can lean one way or the other. Then it's great. Then we cut off a whole bunch of options that they don't have to worry about. And like, you can still win. Focus on these things.
Yeah.
So if I've picked, I'm an introvert, awesome. Don't worry about going to as many conferences and events. You could win there, but you probably won't win as hard. Go do these things.
Yeah.
Okay, if I've now identified, this is what I was trying to do with the Myers-Briggs, if now I've identified as the I, great. Is there any other way to split up those things, or are you just saying, test everything, or just see what feels right? Or can we give more context to people to help them make a better decision?
Everybody should know what they like and don't like doing. Let's say that. You may not know what you're good at and bad at, but you know what you like doing and don't like doing.
But if you haven't tried it, how do you know? If you haven't tried doing a pay-per-click campaign, like how do you know?
I'm not saying pay-per-click.
Okay.
What I'm saying is
computer work.
You can build your business off of, and lead generation, off of producing a passion project.
Okay.
Right? So if you are a creative agency that's into design, you can choose to design posters and pour yourself into that, and then put that into a design community forum.
Right.
And then that will get your name known, and your agency will start to become known. Or if you're into video, you can go to Vimeo and you can get an Editor's Choice Award for a passion project. And that could be the way for the introvert to build their business through their work, right? Through becoming known and through lifting your way up. And it's not like a long shot. It happens to a lot of people where they let their work sell them.
Do we then just refer back to the other video on how to make the right decisions based off of your gut feeling, how to trust your gut more?
But it's not just gut. It's taking advantage of like really going into your strengths. So I like helping people. You like helping people. Yesterday I was having a meeting with someone where I spent 3 hours with them. I don't think they're going to move forward.
Okay.
I gave them every way that they could run their business without us.
Yeah.
Because I don't think really we're a great fit. And they kept apologizing about the time. I said, no. I will invest time. So I chose long ago to hire people to do different things so I can free up my time, because me spending time with people is lead generation. And I'm an introvert. But me spending time with people, me having a long conversation with them, me getting them thinking, is the way that I actually generate business and generate work and generate leads, because I'm good at that. But if I was much better at my work, like the actual design, the actual programming, the actual whatever it is, I would come up with amazing things, and I would write if I was a better writer, I would write a blog on that, because I'd be so inspired by the work we're doing. If I was really into analytics, I would want to crack the code for the most analytical way to go about something and build my business off of that. There are lots of at your desk things you can do where you want to try and carve out your space and your niche through your work. I choose to use pay-per-click because people are calling me, and then I give them tons and tons of advice and time,
Yeah.
everything for free. I will pour myself into them. They'll move ahead or they won't move ahead. That's my lead generation and sales.
It still becomes like, how do I pick? I still don't know how I pick. If I'm an introvert and there's still a million things I can do, how do I pick pay-per-click instead of...
But if you're a marketing agency, you should be able to pick for yourself.
But if I'm starting and I don't know, then I need to figure it out.
But you have an idea of the type of marketing agency you want. Like I understand if you're a bricklayer. If
Yeah.
you're saying you're a bricklayer and he doesn't know how to pick to grow his business, cool. He's a bricklayer. We're talking to marketers here. We're talking to creative people. These are web people. These are video people, photo people, design people. Like these are people who have an inherent skill, right? If you're the conductor of a symphony,
Yeah.
would you not use that talent to market yourself? Would you not go like, I'm going to design 4 different songs for the 4 different seasons and release them? I'm going to write like you would use your skill, right?
I
Yeah,
hear
you
you.
need the website and you need the
But
portfolio.
like the
and
people
that.
who are trying to get there and they don't know yet, they're trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to shortcut their path.
Right.
And you're saying if you don't know, you suck, basically, you know?
I'm saying look within yourself.
But it's not great advice. Like, yeah, it's ultimately the best advice, but I don't know what to do with that. How do I look within myself? If you can figure out, if you could hack yourself, what I'm trying to get to do is hack yourself. Because yes, you could randomly meet somebody at the airport, and that could be the person who ends up blowing up your business. But if you're an introvert, like that's not a great strategy to put yourself in situations where you have a low percentage of winning instead of a high. That's all. I just want to increase the people's percentage of winning to a higher one.
But so I guess the reason why I'm not being super specific about it is because we are not really speaking about sales. And what we're talking about for marketing tactics should flow directly into sales. And so if you're such an introvert that you don't want to have a conversation or don't really want to get out there or talk to people or even one-on-ones.
I want people to come to me. No, I'm a magnet. I love one-on-ones. This is what I get off on the most.
Yeah, so I'm the same way.
But I'm a magnet instead of going out
Right.
and... Right?
Which is why you set up a landing page and you have AdWords and you drive traffic to it.
But here's
Done.
the thing. Like,
And then once you build that up, you
let's
do
look at
email
that.
marketing.
Great.
Done.
I, as an introvert,
Yeah.
who builds a YouTube channel and does a lot of speaking and does books and all that, I don't have any pay-per-click advertising, period.
Right. But if we look back through your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
we have year 1 with, I'll do it for you. We'll have year 1 with this growth,
Yeah.
year 2 with this growth,
Yeah.
year 3 with this growth,
Yeah.
and you take off. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
your greatest ability is to work with the people you already know who are warm leads, or
Yes.
to be introduced to people who are looking for exactly what you have to offer.
Go back and
through
watch the
AdWords,
customer video.
through AdWords.
Okay?
Like those are your core elements.
Listen, we didn't get as far down as what I wanted in my mind, but I think we still provide a lot of value. I think at the core, people have to have a website, they have to have an about us and tell our story, and have your portfolio, right? You have to have those 3 things. Then you have to, everybody, reach out to everybody in your network and say, you're starting this business and here's the type of client that you want to reach. If you don't know who your client is, go back and watch the video from before because we helped break that down. It was awesome. Then you can go extrovert and introvert, and we talked about different options. From there, you're on your own, but we gave you tons of value that can at least help you get that far. And hopefully that helps, because that alone gets you to the point where you should be making money in your business.
Yeah.
Even that first step, those home base, and then reaching out to everybody should get you some business coming in. And then we help make the next decision, and at some point, now you're on your own. In our next video, we're going to talk about, we're going to go 3 or 5. Let's go 3. In our next video, we're going to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes that marketing agencies make when they are marketing themselves. You do not want to make these. Go click on that video. We'll see you there.